Hello, hello, and welcome back. Pro Cycling Manager 2019. Project Slipstream, we are riding with Max Venturi, our 19-year-old neo-pro who didn't have a good day yesterday. Got dropped very early on, rode about 60 Ks to the finish, all on his own. Didn't score a point, didn't really drop the satisfaction of the manager either. So let's move on to a new day and hope for some new fortunes. Max Venturi hasn't had a good day of it, and it doesn't look as though today's going to be his day either. 3 Category 1 climbs, a couple of sprint points in there as well. What job is the boss going to give us today? We're in a lovely hilly country. How's those leafy trees surrounding us? Looks like we've got a bit of a loop. We're about to get our objectives for the day. Let's pause this, take the breakaway at the start and hold it for third day in a row. This has been the objective with a Category 1 climb straight off the bat. I don't think that's going to happen, so let's just play this one through. Venturi's having a better day than yesterday. He's at -1, but I think we might just sit in the group and work for our teammates rather than try and get into the breakaway, because we're just not really capable of doing that. We'll try and sit towards the front a little bit, but already we are dropping like a stone in this one. Venturi, not really a climber of any merit at this point. They've gone hard at the start here, though, haven't they? We've wound it right up to 90, and we're only just hanging on. Just on the coattails of the peloton. We've got a couple of little breakaway groups already, 6 riders off the front. We're not among them, and I don't think today we're going to be. It's just a case of getting through today and doing some work for the team in the group where we can. 3 Category 1 climbs are really going to take it out of us. Looks a bit like a saw, doesn't it? It's very jagged up and down today. But the good news is we are in the group. We're not being popped off the back just yet. Once we get over the top, we can hopefully move further forward. And then, with any luck, remain in the peloton for the bulk of the day. If we get to the third, get over the 3rd Category 1, I think we'll be doing okay. That's the ambition. We can get to about here. This is the 3rd climb. It's sort of the 94th kilometre. Get over that little lump. 2 little lumps after that. If we get over the last of those in the group, I'll be pretty happy with that, I must admit. At the moment, sitting right at the back of the peloton, probably not the best place to be sat, but being in the peloton, given his last couple of days, is something that I think we should probably take and be thankful for. So let's let this one play out. We'll pick it back up a little bit later on. So we've got about 30 kilometres left to go here in today's stage. It's been pretty uneventful, I must admit. Most of the time has been spent either on the front doing light turns or protecting Petit. There's been a few fallers. A couple of our team have hit the deck and dropped out the back. We've managed to stay out of all the trouble. We're doing okay. Energy is not perhaps as high as we'd like, but it's not too bad. Should certainly be enough to get to the end in the group, as the pace is starting to pick up, but we're doing okay. At this point, we haven't spent any time in the breakaway at all. We've been tucked up in the group. It's all about protecting our team leader, Petit rather. at this point. We've been protecting him for probably the last 20 kilometers or so. Starting to get towards the business end of the stage, though. Everyone looking to try and move forward, ourselves included. Nice flat run in here as well. I'm not expected to be part of the sprint train as far as I am aware. We do have designated roles, which it's not going to give me now. But yeah, we're doing what we can. I'm tucked up on a wheel here that I really don't want to be on, but just about out of energy as well, almost down. Completely out of the yellow energy, and that's not a good thing if and when that happens. So just trying to make our way towards the front. Life is a bit easier when you're at the very front of affairs. But yeah, you can see our energy dropping like a stone. So we might not quite reach the finish with the main peloton. We'll see if we can just hang on to the coattails as best we can. It doesn't really matter, again, too much. We've done a fair bit of work for the team today, and that's a good thing. Hopefully made amends for a disappointing day yesterday. I expect that this group is going to accelerate at some point in the near future, and when it does, we will quickly be ejected. Not the only ones that are struggling here, though, which is good to see. 8 kilometers from home, that should be one more lap. Let's you can relax a little bit now. Thanks for that. Let's take a gel. That should hopefully be just about enough to see us to the flag. Just in contact with the peloton. That's ultimately the aim here, just finishing with the peloton. Lots of weary bodies rocking side to side. Petit is right at the very front of the peloton. There's a breakaway of 4 riders about 30 seconds up the road from him. I'm not sure that they'll bring that group back. That is the early breakaway. There were originally 6 riders in that. It's dropped down to 4 as the day's worn on. There's still 30 seconds clear, so I'd suggest that with just over a kilometre to run, they will hang on and take the stage. Everyone else is fighting for second place. Let's have a sprint. We've got nothing to sprint with, but let's have a sprint. This is where we get popped off the back. As we cross the line. A solid day's job. We weren't able to join the breakaway, but we were able to look after our teammate. So we'll take that as a win in light of recent days. So in the results, Adrien Petit again, same time, 13 seconds back from the overall race lead. Now, how's the team doing? 13th. Not helped by me the other day, but yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. We'll take that. Let's see what the boss man thinks. So, not impressed. No points towards our next level. No manager satisfaction either. So, we did what we could, and it still wasn't good enough. So, we're really under some pressure now to impress when we take the next stage, which is an individual time trial. Okay, well, let's see how this one goes. Let's jump straight into it, shall we? And then we'll call it a day. So, here we go, 10 kilometer time trial. So we've been told to just give it our best shot and see how we go. What we try and do is just match our effort to the terrain a little bit. We don't want to go too hard too early because we do have a little bit of a kick towards the end, and I think that's where we can make up some time if we keep a little bit of energy in reserve. So we've kept some energy in the early stages. Let's now crank this up. 99% effort from here on to the finish. Let's just, we're using a little bit too much. We'll just drop that back a little bit. It's just always about balancing effort versus the time remaining. I don't want to finish with too much left, but at the same time, we don't want to finish with nothing left either. In fact, we're gonna do well not to finish with nothing left. We're gonna pop right towards the top here, I think. See the way he's spinning up this this climb. 8% on a time trial bike. That's hard to do. And now we're at the top. Let's go our hardest. I don't think we'll be anywhere near the top step. But fifth for the moment, 1:38 down. That's not going to stand up too well, but ultimately we're not here for a good result in this one. We're just here to get to the finish. So let's crank the speed up and see where we end up in the final reckoning. So there are the results, and let's see if we can find where we ended up. Not 128th. That's not too bad. Ahead of our teammate. That's okay. Not a brilliant result. Not a terrible result. We didn't expect to do too well there. How have we done? We picked up 20 points for that. We finished our first stage race. So that's a result. We've hit level 3 as well. That's a good result. What have we got here? Let's see. Go stage races. Yeah, I think that's exactly what we do. Let's bump up, because that helps everything here, doesn't it? We've got sprint everything. Alright, so let's do that. Boston's still okay with us. Level 3, a little bit to go before we get to level 4. We do have another race coming up, Saint-Louis de la Mer, in about a week's time. That one's nice and flat. I like the look at that one. That's a little bit lumpy. That'll hurt. That's also lumpy. That looks very, very similar, actually, doesn't it? I wonder if that's the same terrain. To the point where it could almost be the same stage. Cheeky. So that will be next time. We'll go through the time trial and then on to the first proper stage. Le Castellet. We'll go to Paul Ricard in France for that one. We're doing okay. Level 3. We are a Neo Pro. Oh, before we go, we've got one more stat here. Where are we going to go? Do we go training? Do we go stealth? I think we're going to go stealth. We're going to do that so that we can sneak away if we need to. So that's good. Back to the office. That's us done. If you liked what you saw, give us the big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe so you catch every episode, and turn on the little bell so you get notified when a new episode is ready. Tuesdays and Thursdays is when Max Venturi is out there on his bike, so do stick around for those. Appreciate you joining us once again. Some disappointing results, but I think we're about to turn a corner with Max Venturi. Until next time, keep riding.